The entire process of self-improvement can feel like play. These are all the tiny feminine energy habits that I use to create my dream life and feel more feminine. Step number 1, create a dream board. If you're on my channel for all of the manifestation hacks, you know I'm a big fan of vision boards. I always do them at the beginning of the year, but whenever I want to reinvent myself and step more into my feminine energy, I always want to get in the energy of dreaming and hoping about the future. Taking a moment to visualize the person I want to be and the world I want to create for her is a perfect time to use a vision board. If you're particularly crafty like I am, you can always use old-fashioned magazines and make yourself a little collage of your ideal life. Or if you want a more tech-savvy solution, I actually have a Canva template that I can share with you guys, and that's so fun because you can take all of your favorite pictures from the internet and like drag and drop them into the template, and you'll have this really beautifully arranged vision board. I keep my vision board on my computer home screen. There's a printout I have of it, and I do also put one on my phone. All of that is to get me into the emotional vibration of already having the things that I want. Once you are emotionally feeling in the energy of gratitude and receiving all of those lovely things that you're asking for from the universe, it makes them more likely to come. All of the manifestation techniques that we talk about will make it more likely for your manifestations to come to you. But if you're not in an open, receptive, happy energy, you won't be able to receive them when they're there. So we do all of these fun things to get you excited about the future so that when you see your dream future in front of you, you say, yes, I want it, and you pull it into your life. Hi everyone, my name is Emily, and on this channel, we design, build, and manifest our dream life. The next feminine energy tactic I have for you guys is to start writing handwritten letters. I am an old soul at heart. I always write my friends and my family handwritten letters during the holidays. But I recently started doing this to help manifestation as well because I think it's a great way to uplevel your gratitude. There's 2 different types of letters you can write. You can write a thank you letter and you can write a wish list letter for the universe. For the thank you letter, I would obviously take time to be grateful for everything you have now. If you're not grateful for the things God has brought into your life, He will not bring more blessings to you. So you have to be grateful for whatever blessings He's already given you. After that, you can write a wish list. We all got used to writing Christmas lists to Santa when we were little, and I'm actually in the habit of writing a wish list for my future to the Silver City when I write out my letters. I'll start off with my calligraphy pen, and I'll say, Dear God, I'm so happy and grateful that you brought all of these lovely things into my life, and I would love to have all of these other manifestations in my future. And I trust that God has a future for me, and it's His job to be in control of the future. So when I'm writing these letters, it's an act of trust saying that I know God will bring my manifestations to me if I continue to do the right thing, and that He has a plan for my life, and I just have to trust and have faith in the process. I do quite literally write out my wish lists and put them in the mail bin to the Silver City, which is a nickname for heaven, but you don't have to actually send them if you don't want to. I just think it's a fun way to do manifestation in my life. And one of the things that I deeply believe and I think is a core to my manifestation process is that if God has put a desire in my heart, that means that I am meant to have it. That means it can be a part of my life journey if only I'm courageous enough to do what's required to get it. All of this letter that I'm writing out to the divine is an act of trust and a show of faith that I'm trusting the process, I'm trusting His plan, and me writing out the desires is me giving voice to the desires of my heart and saying, this is a valid thing that I want. I know you will give it to me if I just continue to have faith in you. My next tip is to build an energetic playlist. It is so fun before you get ready for a date, before you go for a big job interview, or before you go into work, to start your day kind of marinating in songs that uplevel your energy. I intentionally have a whole playlist that makes me feel more empowered and makes me feel more feminine and really gets me into my body and makes me want to dance and have fun. And that's the energy that I want to bring to the world to different interactions. If you're going to make an energetic playlist, you are not allowed to put sad music in it. The whole point is uplifted, fun music with lyrics that make you feel powerful and like the person you want to be. None of your sad Sally music is allowed in there. My next tiny habit I have if you want to be more feminine is to incorporate daily journaling into your life. If you're just starting the journaling process, it can feel overwhelming to fill up a full book, but this doesn't have to be a big thing. I just want you to spend time every day with your thoughts and have a tool to get your mental narrative out of your mind and onto paper. The most transformational inner work practice is learning how to become an observer of your thoughts instead of someone who associates with your thoughts. When your mind has a thought, a feeling, or a belief that it's telling yourself, it's not necessarily reality. And when you take that story in your mind and you write it down on paper, it gives you a really great opportunity to observe and analyze that and choose if that's something you want to believe in the future. For example, if I've gotten in the negative thought pattern that I'm not pretty enough, that no one's friends with me, that no one's there to support me, that will really discolor my reality, and I don't want that to be a core belief that I have. So if I take that out of my mind or write it on paper, it gives me a moment to say, is this something I want to believe? And is this something my best self would believe? And for me, I don't want to believe that. I want to consciously choose the stories and beliefs I tell myself. So then after I've written whatever mumbo jumbo my mind has come up with, underneath that, I'll then write a more up-leveled story, a more empowering one that I will start to integrate into my subconscious through things like scripting. So instead of this negative thought story you're telling yourself, you can instead say things like, I am so supported and loved. I feel like a walking goddess. I am an empowered feminine woman who gets everything she wants in life. And those things, even if they don't feel real right now, they can become your core belief if you consistently remind yourself that that's the story you want to believe about your life. Affirmations can feel like absolutely nonsense if you don't believe in them, and over time, you will slowly start to become the person you pretend to be. If you pretend to be an empowered woman for long enough, you will become her. Alright, my next tiny feminine energy habit is to nurture your body. If you're not taking care of this sexy meat sack, no one else is going to do it for you. Everyone learns how to respect you based on how you respect yourself. And if you're depleted, if you're exhausted, if you're feeling like grungy and grimy, you're not gonna bring your best self to the world. I always feel my most feminine when I'm in a cute outfit, when my hair is done, when my makeup's on, and when I just feel all glowy. And that takes time to nurture my body. That means showing up to workout classes. That means doing healthy meals every day, and that means taking care of the sparkly side of myself. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it's high maintenance, but you should be high maintenance. You're a high value woman and you deserve every minute of self-care you pour into yourself. Once you've poured into yourself, then you have extra capacity to give back to others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. It is not selfish to do self-care. It is the best thing you can do for your entire circle around you. You pour into yourself so you can give from a full cup and nurture your community. My next tiny habit to uplevel your femininity is to learn how to receive. When someone gives you a compliment, when someone gives you a gift, when someone gives you help, take that in, receive it, and be grateful for it. Do not automatically just push it off onto the other person. A really common habit I see women do when they receive a compliment is to kind of downplay it and to actually belittle themselves in the process. If I tell my friend, you have beautiful hair, your smile is so pretty, and she automatically tells me, oh no, I just woke up like this, it's so frizzy today. It puts a negative blanket over the entire conversation, and it makes me less likely to give her a compliment in the future because it feels like she doesn't appreciate it. People are giving you gifts, they're giving you help, they're giving you compliments because they're trying to pour light into you and they want to feel appreciated. If people don't feel appreciated for the effort they're putting into your life, they're not going to continue to put effort in. So if you want people to help you more, to give you more gifts, to give you more compliments, and to treat you better, you have to appreciate them from the things that you're doing. And learning how to receive is the cornerstone habit for this. I know if you've been marinating in girl boss culture, it can be hard to kind of let go of the mentality that you have to do everything yourself, but this is not true. We are creatures of community, and it's natural for us to accept and ask for help from others. And people want to take care of you. So giving them the opportunity to take care of you is one of the highest forms of love because it makes people feel a sense of purpose when they can take care of someone else. For me, it's a blessing to be able to take care of my family. It's not a burden to take care of the people I love. There are people who love you and want to take care of you. And if you allow them to pour into you, you will feel more feminine, you will feel more loved, and it will help you receive more blessings from the universe. All right, number 7 is to connect to your faith. I don't care what God you believe in, but if you're listening to my content, believing in some higher power will help all of the manifestation tactics that we talk about. It is essential for me to believe that there's someone in our universe who knows better than I do what's best for the future, what's best for my life, and the ideal life path for me. I do not see everything in the possibility of reality, but God does. I may not always see the full picture of my life, but God does. So even when I feel that things are not necessarily going my way, I still trust that it's for the best in the long run, and I'll see in hindsight how everything played out perfectly. And if you have big dreams, I believe that they're in your heart because they're yours to win, because God says you can have this thing you dream of. You just have to walk towards that future. I believe very deeply that God has laid out paths in front of us, and it is our job with our free will to take the steps required in order to get to our dreams. He can't make you move. He can't make you embody the things that you need to in order to become your dream woman. He can't make you take aligned action towards your dream life. You have to believe that you're capable of that, and you have to believe that your dream future will come if you just keep walking forward. Okay, my next tip is to create your ideal image. We always have a vision board of the type of life that we want to have, but I also suggest you create a vision of the type of person you want to be, and keep in mind this ideal avatar of the woman you're becoming more like as you grow and evolve in your femininity and grow closer towards your manifested dream life. My favorite ways to do this is to create a Pinterest board of all the women, celebrities, people from history who I idolize, and keep that on my home screen, and it kind of cycles through the different ones in the Pinterest board. Every time I open my phone, I see a version of myself that I want to be more like, and I can ask myself, are the actions that I'm going to take today aligned with that future person? If not, we don't do them. If you don't think an action is going to help build the dream life you have and help you become the person you're meant to be, don't do it. That's the whole purpose of a vision board and an ideal character. They're ideals you're working towards. They're encouraging you to do specific aligned action that will help you bring about your dream. So next time you're about to buy something you don't need, next time you're about to go to an event that you don't really want to go to, or next time that you want to start a new hobby that's not aligned with your future self, look at your ideal character and look at your vision board and say, is this aligned with who I want to be? Yes? Continue. If no, just stop it and find something better to do with your time. Okay, my next tip to be more feminine is to actively cultivate your community. Whether or not you like it, we are the sum of the 4 people we spend the most time with. That is sometimes intentional, sometimes not. And the more intentional you can be about your environment, the more you will have control over the person you become. If you're friends with people who don't align with the person that you want to be in the future, they'll actively be holding you back from creating your dream life. Similarly, if you're consuming content that doesn't fuel your purpose forward to become the dream version of yourself, it'll be holding you back. You want to feed yourself stories and content that inspire you to be the best version of yourself. And you need to curate friends and family around you in your inner circle who are your personal cheerleaders on your dream life goal. I know it can be so hard to break up with especially friends because it feels like they're in our life to bring fun and romance and adventure, but if you have big dreams, you have to have the bravery to cut people off who are gonna hurt you from getting there. And when you look at your dream ideal character, you have to ask yourself, where does she go for community? Is she part of a volunteering group? Does she go to church? Does she go to Pilates? And you have to start injecting yourself into those community spheres so you can start making new friends who are like the people you want to become in the future. My next tiny habit to uplevel your feminine energy is to step up your self-care game. We already said before that you need to pour from a full cup if you want to truly take care of the people you love. And for me, I've sometimes been fed the narrative that it's selfish to do self-care. But trust me, this is so far from the truth. If you want to pour back into community, you have to first pour into yourself. And I feel like the best version of myself when I'm taking really good care of myself. I'm well rested, when I've had healthy food to eat, when I'm nurturing my relationships, when I'm doing my self-care routine, when I have pretty nails on, when I'm taken care of, I feel like I can be the best version of myself in the world. And it helps me feel more relaxed and at ease if I'm proud of the person that I'm putting out into the world every day. When I was in my masculine energy all the time, it seemed like self-care was another chore. It was a checklist that I had to do my skincare, that I had to put on lotion, that I had to put on a cute outfit. that I had to do my hair a certain way, and it is absolutely exhausting to live in this mentality for your entire life, and you're sucking all the fun out of being a woman. It is such a blessing to be able to take care of this beautiful body and to pour into yourself and to play with all the different aspects of what it means to be a woman. And I want you to enjoy that in your life. I don't want it to feel like a chore to take care of yourself. So learn how to make this time really special and romanticize your life. Put on a candle, put on your favorite show, put on a podcast as you're doing all these self-care things, and really take time for yourself. We spend so much time at work, we spend so much time taking care of our families. We need to be able to pour back into ourselves to feel like ourselves. We can be giving, and just feel so drained and depleted. People want beautiful, radiant women in the world, and I want you to feel like a goddess. And in order to do that, you have to put yourself first, and you have to prioritize your self-care. You need to enjoy the process so that it feels fulfilling to you instead of like another chore on your checklist. And one of the most transformational life hacks I have learned that has helped me feel more feminine is to allow my spirit to stay young. Your body will age. Get over it. It is probably one of the hardest truths to come to being a woman, that over time, you're gonna get more wrinkles, your body's gonna age, and you will feel less beautiful than you are today. That may not be true though. As you grow older, you have the opportunity to stay young in spirit. As you allow yourself to be playful and curious about the world, this glowing vibration comes from men. I've met women who are decades older than I am, who feel younger because in their spirit, they have this playful energy and outlook towards life. And that is so magnetic. You can have the perfect pretty package and be 25 years old and be absolutely repulsive to men and other women because you're miserable in your life, you're stuck in your masculine energy, and you just have a really closed off, small view of the world. The number one thing that makes people feel older is a lack of flexibility. If you're stuck in your ways and you don't allow yourself to grow and experience and be curious to the world, you'll feel older even if you're, from an age perspective, younger. Young girls are probably the epitome of feminine energy, and if you ever look at young girls, they are so playful, they are so present, they're so curious, they have a sense of awe about the world. The curiosity is magnetic to everyone around them. We all have a small inner child that we have to take care of, and we have to keep her alive if we want to feel young and we want life to feel like play. Every morning when I get up, there's a reminder that comes on my phone to be kind, playful, and present. And this is a reminder to myself to walk through life as if my inner child is right at my heart and making sure that I nourish her and I allow life to be playful and fun so that she can have the most magical experience in this world. I want that for you too. It can be really stressful being an adult sometimes, and life is too short for it constantly be feeling like work. You can choose to have your life feel playful and to have this experience be a magical adventure.